Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to do a first impressions and kind of review on the new Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. So this is what the cardboard packaging looks like. So I'm just going to test it out on the eyes and I'm just going to give you my honest opinion on it, if it's good, if it's not, if it's worth the price, and anything else about the formula or anything else I can think of. So please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to kind of treat this just like how I would do my eyeshadow normally. So for starters, that is the packaging, really nice, a bit shiny. It says Huda Beauty there and then Desert Dusk underneath. Just normal cardboard. And then this is what it looks like. So I love the packaging, I think it's really nice. It's a bit glittery. You can see like a shimmer with her eyeshadow and everything, and it's just really nice. Love the packaging, and then on the back it's just got all the information about the eyeshadows and ingredients and stuff like that. So you get a card that's kind of a see-through holographic kind of card of her eyes, which is on the front. So that just comes inside and it just obviously splits up between the mirror and the shadows. And then this is the eyeshadow palette for you. So you have a huge mirror, which I really like. It's a good mirror, it's not a really crap one, which is good because considering how much the palette is, you expect a good mirror. So this is what all the shades look like. So you get 12 shades in the palette and that's what they look like. I love the colours, I think they look really nice. Great for autumn, nice warm shades. I never bought her first rose gold palette, I just didn't think I'd like the colours in it. I actually bought a dupe eyeshadow palette for the rose gold, her rose gold palette. So it's by Makeup Revolution and it's literally the exact same colours and the formula's pretty good, so that's £10 and that's a good dupe for the rose gold palette if you want that. So anyway, for this one, so this is the first time I'm ever trying out any of her eyeshadows. So when it came, I dropped the palette in the bathroom. So this glitter shade here, Cosmo, I've had to repress it because I dropped it and it shattered. So in the eyeshadow palette you get a bunch of matte shades. You get 4, 5, 6, 7. So you get 7 matte shades in the palette. Those ones there. Where else? These two. And then that one at the end. So they're all the matte shades. You also have shimmers, like normal shimmers, like this one here, which is called Blood Moon. But you also have these kind of duochrome shades, which are these two there. And then you have this guy right here, which is called Cosmo, and that's just a pure glitter. So I know like there's a lot of controversy with the palette. I've seen reviews of people hating the palette, some people really liking it. Excuse my hamster, she's just having a drink. So I've seen people swatch the glitter shade, which is here, and obviously people swatch it on the hand and not realise it's a glitter, and then they've been putting it across like it's not pigmented, but obviously it's a glitter, you need glitter glue, so that's that. I don't know if I'm going to use that shade today, but we'll see. So it retails for £56, I'm pretty sure. I got mine off Cult Beauty, so yes, it's expensive, so I hope it's worth it. It better be. So I'm just going to get straight into it and do my eyeshadow like I'd normally do it. So I've already put a primer on it, well I just use the concealer, and then I've already set it down just because I didn't want it to crease. But I'm still going to use as many shades in the palette as I can. I'm kind of drawn towards this Twilight shade here, it's called Twilight. I might use that. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the shade Desert Sand. Let's zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to start off with this shade here, and this is called Desert Sand, and it's just a matte nude colour. Okay, so there's a bit of fallout when I just mixed my brush in there. So I'm just going to use this to put over where I've like set down my eye primer. So when I test eyeshadows or anything, I always use like my steps beforehand. I always do how I usually do my makeup, so I always use an eyeshadow primer, so I've done that. Just so it's, you know, it comes out how I would usually apply my makeup. Then I really don't know what shades to use. I might use Amber. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Amber, and it's just a warm kind of burgundy brownie shade. Okay, so there's a lot more fallout with this one. I don't know if you can see it in the camera there. You can see it, that it's just a bit of fallout around it, but I don't mind as long as there's pigment. So let's see how it applies. Okay, so the pigment's gone straight on. I barely touched the pan, I literally just tapped it twice. It's a really nice colour, I do really like that. I thought it wasn't blending out at the beginning, but... So it's blending out okay. I've used eyeshadows where they've blended a lot easier, but I'm not mad about it. I do really like it. Really nice colour. It blends out okay. I wouldn't say it blends out really nice, but it is really, really pigmented. But I think if you just carry on blending for like 30 more seconds than you may with, say, Makeup Week eyeshadows, then it's gonna work just fine, because I really like that. So that's a yes from me. I like that. I want to try and use as many colours as I can, so I'm going to take the shade Saffron, which is down here, and it's just a deep red. I'm going to take a more precise brush to pack this on. So I'm just going to take this number 7 eye contour brush, and then I'm going to take Saffron. I'm going to really deepen up the outer V of the eye. Okay, so this colour is blending a lot nicer than Amber. This is Saffron, if I didn't already say. I'm going to take it into the crease a little bit, mainly focusing on the outer corner. Yeah, that's blended out a lot easier. I'm going to take the shade Ode. It's O-U-D, I don't know how you pronounce it. Ode? Food? I don't know. But it's this dark chocolate brown shade just there. And I'm going to put that really in the corner. So I'm just going to use a pencil brush. I'm going to clean it off first because it's got eyeshadow on it. Yep. That's super pigmented. Go in very lightly if you've got this palette. Go in very light and you haven't used it yet maybe, or if you're thinking about it. Go in very lightly with Ode. It's really, really pigmented. I don't know how you pronounce that. Ode. Must be. Must be. So that's what it's looking like. Then I'm going to do the lid shade. So I think I want to use Twilight just because it looks... It's just a shade that I wouldn't normally go for, so why not test it out? Because I feel like, knowing me, if this was me on a daily basis, I'd probably use like that shade. So we're going to go in with this shade here, which is called Twilight, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply it. That's what I usually would. So I just swirled it around about 3 times, and the pigment has come off straight away. So let's see how it goes. Ooh, whoa. Wow. I mean, that's so pigmented. That's really good. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more on over top. That's what it looks like with just one layer. I thought it was going to be less pigmented than that, in all honesty. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm just going to take the same brush that I used in the crease, and I've got no extra product on it, and I'm just going to blend out the colours. Just so there's no harsh line where I put the glitter. I was going to do a cut crease with it, but you know what? We're just going to go with this. I really like that. I'm going to take the eye contour brush again and I'm going to mix amber and saffron together. So just doing kind of one tap in each shade, and then I'm just going to, sorry you can't even see, kind of rediffuse. Really like it. Okay, so I'm going to do the lower lash line now. So I'm pretty much going to use the same shades, but I might add a bit of this orange in. So this shade here, it's called Blazing. I'm going to add that on the lower lash line as well, I think. Just so we have a bit more of the shade that I used. A bit of saffron, which is that, where is it, that dark red shade right in the outer part of the lower lash line. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go do the other eye, put some eyeliner, mascara on, all that, and then I will come back and give my overall review of the palette. So I went and did the other eye off camera and then added some mascara and some eyeliner, and I was playing around a bit more with that amber shade, which is the first shade that I used into the crease, and it's not as pigmented as the other matte shades, and I think maybe that's why it's a bit harder to blend out, because not much goes onto the eye. So I built it up quite a bit and then started to blend it out, and it just helped, because if you just use it really light-handedly it just takes off a bit of the shadow. But apart from that, everything was really great. I also highlighted the inner corners of my eyes and I used the shade Cashmere, which is this shade here. I felt like it was a tiny bit powdery. If you swatch it like on your finger like that, it looks really nice, like you can see it there, but it is, I feel like it is quite powdery compared to the other shades, but there wasn't much fallout with it. It did kind of stick on and did blend out, so nothing too bad about it. I'm totally fine with it. I'm obviously still going to play around with the other colours in this palette, so make sure that you follow me on Twitter. It's usually at the end and at the beginning on the blue screen, and I'll give some more updates on the other shades and how they blend out and everything. But apart from that, I like it. I really like the palette. I love the shade selection and I love the formula for most of them. It's maybe just that one shade, amber, that you just have to build up a bit more than the others, but nothing too bad. There's not tons of fallout. It is super pigmented and everything else blends really nicely, so this is definitely approved by me. Is it worth £56? I don't know. For £56 I think that everything should be super pigmented and blend out extremely well, with every single shade doing that, and amber doesn't do that. I haven't tested out all of them, and then there are some powdery ones like that one I use in the inner corner, so I don't think it's worth £56 because I've had slight issues with it, but apart from that I do really like it. So that is it. That is the end of the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and that's it. I will see you in my next video. Bye! So inside you get a... crap. You done? Cool. Okay.